Natang makabayan. Iniibig ko ang Pilipinas. Aking lupang silangan.
Synergeia's vision really is to make sure that all Filipino children get a good education, at least a good elementary education, and eventually a good high school education. Normally, we tend to think that the problem is simply teachers, textbooks, teaching materials, the academic question. But the reality when you work on the ground is that you cannot separate it from poverty, and you cannot separate it from the support of the rest of the community. The philosophy of Synergeia is that in order you want to improve education, you have to get the whole community together.
We asked Father Nebres to be the chair of our group. And there were probably 7 of them doing programs in elementary education. But they were very, very good local government mayors. There was a governor, and Jesse Robredo was one of them. We were very heavily influenced by Jesse, because Jesse is a great empowerer. And his model is really making every citizen capable of helping the child. Jesse was saying, I never knew that my children only got 5 out of 10 questions correctly. So there was really no awareness that there was a crisis in education. So that was our big moment. Make everybody feel and realize that there was a crisis in education and that this is our problem. It is not just the problem of government. Everybody should pitch in. So our process is really very Jesse. Listening to the community, asking them to articulate what are your dreams so we can have a common vision. And then what are the factors which you think will improve the performance of the children. And then that serves as the basis of our work program. And then we don't do big programs. We want them to be strategic. What is the program that will create a big impact on getting all children to school? And as Jesse said, the children do not just have to be marunong. They have to be mabuting tao also. We work heavily with local governments, but at the same time, when you focus their attention on children, you also improve their governance style. So they become collaborative, they become more compassionate, they become more patient, and then they become more efficient. Sometimes government officials just think of artificial projects, scholarships, beauty contests, and then we influence them and we say, no, you have to look at it systemically because the needs of children are so diverse. And you have to answer their needs all at the same time. It has to be a systemic solution. I'm so proud we have, all the guys who started Synergeia. They're probably retired as governors and mayors, but they have served. They become our mentors and facilitators.
The other thing is that what Synergeia does is we have regular gatherings of mayors, and they actually teach each other. Jesse Robredo did a lot of that. He was wonderful going around it, and he was very generous with his time, and he would go really to far-flung places in Mindanao to mentor mayors. So he was wonderful.
We work with scale, plus we measure results. We will measure depending on how children are reading better, how they're behaving better, whether they're graduating from school.
Well, certainly we're very happy that there has been improvement. It's not perfect, there's been improvement in many municipalities. But maybe the most important thing is that we have more and more mayors and principals and leaders who are really taking responsibility for the improvement of the education of their children. And they initiate, like Mayor Rex, whom you will meet in Valenzuela. He became very concerned about the number of non-readers in elementary schools, even at grade 3 or grade 4.
Over the past couple of years, with the help of Synergeia, we came up with a summer reading camp where in 20 straight days, they go back half a day during the summer months to do reading in a fun manner. Now, Synergeia came into the picture by helping us come up with the modules. They also came up with the fun strategies in making kids more engrossed in reading. Number 3, we also have a teaching camp. We understand that there are struggling teachers out there who cannot keep up with the times. So through the teaching camp, we are able to give the teachers strategies in how to conduct the curriculum or cascade the curriculum in a more interactive manner and a more interesting manner. Number 4, we have the parenting camp. We also figured out that a lot of the problems in the school place has something to do with problems in the household. When parents are detached, when they're not engaged, parents usually think that quality time with your children is watching TV together and not really interacting or talking to each other. But in the Nanay Teacher Parenting Camp, we are teaching them to be part of their children's learning lives by helping them out with the homeworks, being more active and engaged in the school place, in its crafting of policies, in being active members of the PTA or the School Governing Council. For our reading camp, we do a pre-test, and in the pre-test, you get to see around, for instance, in grade 3 and grade 6, it's always an average of around 15,000 participants doing the reading camp. But afterwards, by the end of the reading camp, you give them a post-test and you get to gauge how many of them are frustrated or non-readers. You see around 97% of these participants end up leaving the room or leaving the camp as independent readers, or they're no longer frustrated or non-readers.
We work with more than 400 local governments, and I guess we work with about 5 million children. And our benchmark is enabling them to finish grade 6, to read very well. And in some local governments, they have really raised their participation rate to 85 to 88%.
Education is very fundamental in terms of justice, in the sense of this person being able to get out of poverty and have a better life. Without it, he's lost, especially in today's world. The day when muscle power would work, like a day of Stevie Doors, that's gone. So without education, you're not gonna move forward. No? And in fact, the biggest discrepancy in the Philippines is simply the discrepancy in educational levels. So it's a very fundamental thing, what Synergeia is trying to do.
Every child is our child, and we should be responsible for every child. So that's the mission of Synergeia.